Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about Argo, directed by Ben Affleck, and this movie came out in 2012, I believe, and it's based on a true story, and I'm just going to skip the plot because otherwise this video is going to be like way longer than I want it to be. And if you've been keeping up with my videos recently, you will have noticed that I've been talking about a lot of movies that I thought were okay. I'm kind of stuck in this period where I'm just talking about movies that are okay. Some of them I'm not watching for the first time, others I'm not, and what I mean by are not, I mean that I haven't seen in a long time, and now I'm revisiting them, and I think they're all right now. Does this trend continue with Argo? Yeah. There are things I like about the movie. I liked the first 10 minutes of the movie. I liked the last half hour of the movie. Everything in between I didn't really care for that much. I think the acting is good. Bryan Cranston is pretty good in this movie. He's not in it a lot. Same with John Goodman. He's not in it a lot, but when they're on screen, they're good. Where this movie kind of falls flat for me is the story and how it was told. It just wasn't that interesting to me, and outside of those first 10 minutes, the next half hour to 40 minutes after that was just really boring to me. And I didn't care about the story, I didn't care about the characters at that point. And there was some really bad editing choices, and it was choppy, and it was getting on my nerves. There were points in the movie where it was attempting to be kind of funny before the actual mission of the movie gets started, and it didn't really work for me. I was more entertained when it started to get a little lighthearted, I'll give it that, but when it takes itself really seriously, it's kind of hit or miss. There are a couple points where it does work, and the big one for me is that last 30 minutes where it takes itself seriously. The conclusion of the mission is going to happen, and one thing that I really love about that last 30 minutes is that there's no music at all, and the reason why that worked for me is because if you're going to create suspense, the key to doing that is quiet. Keeping it quiet. That's the key to make something suspenseful. And I thought it was really well handled, and that was probably one of the best parts of the movie for me. Another thing that I want to point out is I think the second half is better than the first half. The first half was mostly pretty dull and boring, and I wasn't into it. There were some bad editing choices. The story wasn't going anywhere, and I was just kind of bored by it, and the characters weren't interesting. And once we get into the second half, I think the movie picks up from there, and things start to move along. And although it's not like fast-paced or anything, it takes its time, and in the second half I thought that worked to its advantage because of certain choices that it made. But with all that being said, Argo isn't great. It's a movie that works in the second half, but if you really want to watch this movie simply for that second half, even if the first half is kind of dull and doesn't really add to the film, I felt, in my opinion, and you just want to see a movie that's based on a true story, if those two things is what you're looking for in this movie, then this movie's for you. But I myself, I'm never going to watch this movie again. And I know I've said that quite a bit as of recently, but what else am I supposed to say? That's how I feel. I don't feel the need to ever rewatch a lot of these movies that I'm reviewing now because they just kind of mean nothing to me. They didn't impact me, didn't really engage me, and there's just not much to say about them. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Argo a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Argo down below. And my social media links, they will all be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up. And that's going to be for a movie that I've never seen before. I know what it's famous for. Just like one little scene. Basic Instinct. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.